Hey, Catherine here at Paleo Schmaleo Food Company. I think everybody's pretty confused about good fats and bad fats right now because everybody's wondering if sugar or fat is the problem with everybody's weight. So I'm going to say it's both, and I'm going to say it's mostly sugar. Okay. And this is after the research that I've personally done. We have doubled, tripled, maybe even quadrupled the amount of sugar intake that we have since 1950. Okay, so we're talking not just sugar, not white sugar. When you see sugar in your head, you picture white sugar, but it's also been added as other things. Like even the stevia is now in everything where the sugar isn't. Or sometimes you'll find out it's stevia and sugar. There's a bunch of sugar in everything. Every condiment has hydrofructose corn syrup in it, and every soda has hydrofructose corn syrup in it. So you are always getting some type of sugar, and now you're doubling up on sugar. This is why I say that sugar is more of the problem than fat. But there are bad fats out there that are in your food. Saturated fats, right? Like, because you remember I was talking before about Ansel Keys' research and how Ansel Keys basically removed fat from everything because he thought it was related to heart disease, but they added a bunch of sugar to replace that fat. Now, is heart disease related to fat or sugar? I think it's more sugar and both. I think fat also clogs your arteries, and it's bad fat. I think bad fat can be stored in your body because your body doesn't know what to do with it. Now, you can disagree with me all you want, but there is so much bad fat out there. And if you threw a graph of weight gain and our diet changes and you put them up together, there is so much evidence that sugar and this bad processed foods and these bad fats that we have recently introduced into our American diet in the last 50 years has a huge contribution to whatever epidemic we got going on today. We have an obesity epidemic, and we also have a diabetes epidemic. We have a heart disease epidemic. This is all what now we're finding out is preventative. And plant-based diets are helping to correct a lot of people's problems. So that tells you right there that we have a meat problem, we have a dairy problem, and we definitely have a bad fat problem because we're not putting fresh organic olive oil on everything. We're taking potatoes, which could be totally fine, and then we're putting them in a bath of hot vegetable oil that's been uber processed, and it is at a high heat, and maybe we shouldn't be eating foods that are cooked and super high heat like that either. I don't think you're getting any nutrients from that, and that bad fat is a lot of calories for a very small volume. Okay, so you're going to put a very small volume in your stomach with a ton of calories attached to it. So if your body isn't told it's full, it's going to start storing things thinking that you're starving itself. I'm somebody that I don't think my body tells it to burn calories fast enough. So what I'm doing, and this has worked for me in the past, and I'm going back to it because this has always worked for me, is to eat a ton of fiber-rich foods like fruits and vegetables that have low calories, and I fill my stomach up completely with it. I still eat other things like potatoes, and I'll have a beer, or I'll go and have a handful of chips, and I'll lose weight like crazy. And this is because my stomach is full. My body is like, okay, go ahead, burn the energy. But if I don't fill my stomach and I'm dieting and I'm eating a very small amount of bad fat or something very high in calories and very low in volume, okay, and you're one of those people like I am, you are going to store everything that you eat. So this is why you actually need to eat more. And you need to eat more fiber-rich foods. What are fiber foods? Vegetables, fruits. Just eat a bunch of fruits and vegetables. Hey, when has eating a bunch of fruits and vegetables ever killed anybody?